Hello everyone, this is Kevin from the Austin Public Library, welcoming you back to Discover Your World, Superlative Structures. In this video, we're going to be looking at some stupefying statues, some massive depictions of people that tower over the landscape. We're not just going to be looking at the biggest statues, we're also going to be looking at some of the most popular statues for tourists to visit, and some statues that are culturally significant. So we're going to start with one very famous one of the most iconic statues in the world, Cristo Redentor. That's the Portuguese name, or Christ the Redeemer in English. This is a statue of Jesus on top of a mountain, Corcovado, in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. This comes in at 98 feet tall, which seems pretty big, but it's actually not the biggest statue of Jesus. There's two that are bigger. One is in Poland, and one is in Colombia. However, it's probably the most impressive because of the location it's built. It's built on top of a mountain. It's not Sugarloaf Mountain, which is a different famous mountain around Rio de Janeiro, but you can see Sugarloaf Mountain from the top there. Next up is the Genghis Khan equestrian statue. This statue was found in Ulaanbaatar, the capital of Mongolia. It is the largest statue of a horse in the world, and it also has a person on top. That person is, of course, Genghis Khan, the medieval warlord that brutally conquered much of Asia to create the largest continuous empire in history. However, Genghis Khan has a bad reputation outside of Mongolia, but inside of Mongolia he's a national hero. The statue comes in at an impressive height of 131 feet. Next up is one that I'm sure that you all recognize, the Statue of Liberty. The Statue of Liberty is in New York Harbor and was a joint project between the United States and France. The United States built the pedestal, while France built the statue itself as a gift. They shipped it over here where it was assembled. The statue is made mostly of copper, although it doesn't look that way. This is because of oxidation, a chemical process where a green patina forms on the metal. They were going to paint the statue at one point to bring it back to its original color, but people protested. They really liked the way the statue looked, and that was for the best. This green patina actually protects the metal from wear. The statue itself is a depiction of Libertas, the Roman goddess of liberty, which is why this iconic American symbol isn't dressed up in American clothing. The statue comes in at an impressive 151 feet tall, and if you add the pedestal, the height doubles to 301 feet tall. The Statue of Liberty is a symbol of hope and freedom. There's a number of dedication signs to that effect, but none are more famous than the poem The New Colossus by Emma Lazarus, which is on a tablet by the base. The word Colossus, of course, refers to the Colossus of Rhodes, a giant statue from ancient Greece of the god Helios in the harbor of Rhodes, just like the Statue of Liberty stands over New York City Harbor. I'm going to read the poem to you because it really sums up the symbolism of the statue. Not like the brazen giant of Greek frame, conquering limbs astride from land to land. Here at our sea-washed sunset gate shall stand the mighty woman with a torch, whose flame is the imprisoned lightning, and her name Mother of Exiles. From her beacon hand glows worldwide welcome. Her mild eyes command the air-bridged harbor that twin cities frame. Keep ancient lands your storied pomp, cries she with silent lips. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed, to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door. Beautiful. Our next statue is the Motherland Calls, which you'll find in Volgograd, Russia. This is a war memorial, a monument to those who died in the Battle of Stalingrad, which was one of the bloodiest battles in history, as over 2 million people died, many of which were civilians. It was also the turning point of the Eastern Front in World War II, where the Soviets were able to push back the Nazi advance. This statue was built during the Cold War, and like most things in the Cold War, it was a competition between the Soviets and the Americans. They had to make the statue taller than the Statue of Liberty, and it is. It comes in at 279 feet, but is it bigger? Because the Statue of Liberty with the pedestal is 301 feet. This is just another one of the many arguments between the two superpowers of the Cold War. The Spring Temple Buddha is a colossal religious statue in Henan, China. This massive depiction of the Buddha comes in at 420 feet tall. If you count the lotus petal pedestal it's standing on, it comes in at 502 feet tall. The statue is built directly on top of a Buddhist monastery and is a big tourist attraction for the region. Up until 2 years ago, this was the tallest statue in the world, but no more, as it has now been surpassed by the Statue of Unity. The Statue of Unity is in Gujarat, India, and comes in an astounding 597 feet tall. That is 177 feet taller than the Spring Temple Buddha. It's not even close. The statue depicts Sardar Patel, the first Deputy Prime Minister of independent India. He was also one of the leaders of the Indian independence movements opposing the British Raj. He is known as the unifier of India as well, hence the name of the statue. This is because he was one of the key leaders who was able to combine the lands formerly of the British Raj with 565 independent princely states into the country that we now call India. Well, we did it. We looked at a bunch of stupefying statues from around the world and learned about them. I hope you enjoyed it. Next video, we're going to look at bridges and tunnels and see how these colossal constructions connect things. This has been Kevin from the Austin Public Library, reminding you to always be discovering your world.